Okay. Let's see. Oh, people are actually watching already without a Twitter announcement. Okay, so let me just test real quick if the game shows up if I tap into it, because that would actually be kind of convenient. Okay, doesn't happen. All right, OBS, what gives? What gives? So, I just sent out a tweet announcing this stream, and I'm gonna repeat what I said in that tweet, that being, I have no idea how game streaming works. I'm kind of figuring this out on the go, because I want to do a second playthrough of Hellblade. That's what you're joining me for today. And, oh, here we go. Ah, yes. Okay. Ah, it's working. Okay, so here we are. All right. Hey, you two. What are you up to? Let me check if the link is actually working. Nice, it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so the story behind this is I recently played through this game, Hellblade, which I loved a lot because it deals with mental illness and Nordic mythology, both of which are highly interesting topics to me, and it does so very, very well. It's also a rather short game, so the plan is to play through this within the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. Don't know if that will be possible. But basically, there are these lorestones in this game. They're collectibles, and I'll talk a bit more on that once I get past the intro. Actually, while that loads up, let me just do something real quick. Sound's gone. Is it supposed to be gone? Oh, by the way, guys, wear headphones if you have them. Like, seriously, do it. Oh, hi, Alex. Yes, I can see them. Thank you. I've been seeing them this whole time. Nous sommes arrivés. Oh, I think I definitely do. Okay, so I'm finally in control. So as I said, the point of this whole stream is basically to play through this game as fast as possible, preferably tonight, which, spoiler alert, very likely isn't going to happen. In order to do that, we're going to set the combat difficulty to easy and not to, as I understand it, get harder and harder as the game progresses. I hope you can forgive me for that. Now, the main reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because throughout the game... I know, shut up. There are these lorestones, right? Where you learn about North myths and, you know, the story of how the world came into being and blah, blah, blah. And I missed 2, as you can see. The 2 ones that are red down there, that's the 2 I missed, which, first of all, is extremely dissatisfying. Second of all, means I'm missing 1 achievement, which is relevant. And third of all, as far as I understand it, there could potentially be an alternative ending, because there's a scene near the end where this comes back to become relevant. So I have reason to assume that I cheated myself out of another ending by not finding these 2. Enough exposition. Wait, where am I going? Wait. Oh. Is this not where I'm going? Huh? Oh, wait. Well, this is off to an awfully good start. I just, for some reason, got myself turned around. Great. So, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Log. Oh, cool. So this wasn't a cutoff. So from what I just checked, it took me about 9 hours to play through this once. Shut up. See, I know nothing bad is going to happen yet, but I keep being amazed at how good this game is at evoking emotion. By the way, let me know if my audio is good. I have no idea if the balance is any good. Im Moment wird im Chat nur Deutsch gesprochen. Vielleicht sollte ich auch Deutsch sprechen. Es wird anstrengend, während ich ein englischsprachiges Spiel spiele. Mal schauen. Okay. Harsh. So do I. I don't think I've ever heard it. So, logically, I'm going to skip the stones that I already found too. So, I'm sorry, this is not going to be a lore lesson. And not a very, well, not as story immersive as it could be. Oh. I beg to differ. A... No, wait, that's M. Not that it matters. Thanks, Clippy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kein In-Game-Sound. Tatsache. Holy shit. Was machen wir denn da? Wieso sagt ihr denn nichts? Ich schätze mal, ihr habt was gesagt. Aber erst zu spät. So, jetzt gucke ich gerade mal. Außerdem muss ich den Stream wieder muten. Ich höre mich die ganze Zeit selber. Das ist immer ein bisschen strange. So. Aber das ist gut, das ist Learning by Doing. Wundert mich nur etwas. Hey, Natasha! Currently trying to figure out how to turn on the actual sound for the game, which, you know, would seem advantageous. Alright, so how do I do this? Let me Google it. Also, I'm really sorry about the street noise. I love forums. Forums is just like 90% people fighting about what the problem is instead of offering solutions. Doesn't say anything about audio on the game capture. God damn it. Ja, genau. Nani? None of this is helping me. Now I'm watching one of those wonderful YouTube Tutorials. Ja, mit OBS, genau. Und das habe ich vorhin noch nie genutzt. Das erste Mal, dass ich OBS benutze. Es könnte vielleicht daran liegen, dass überall, dass in meinem Audiomenü aus irgendwelchen Gründen alle Audios deaktiviert sind. Aber mein Mikro scheint ja zu funktionieren. Jetzt gibt es auch noch Küchensounds. Mein Desktop-Audio hochdrehen, was meinst du damit? Wo mache ich das? Wir machen gerade mal kurz einen Test. It worked. You took it from me. Wunderbar. Es lebt. Naja, noch. Ja, wunderbar. Jetzt habt ihr leider alles verpasst, was bisher passiert ist. Kurze Zusammenfassung. Wir spielen einen keltischen Krieger namens Senua, die sich auf den Weg gemacht hat nach Hell, bzw. Helheim, die nordische Hölle, um ihren toten, geliebten Dillion wieder zu bekommen. Dafür trägt sie seinen Kopf mit sich rum und ist darin von den Geschichten geleitet, die ihr ein alter Typ, den sie in der Wildnis getroffen hat, erzählt hat. Über die Northmen. Und soweit sind wir bisher. I beg you. Let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Defend yourself.
Damn it, die.
Finish this.
to lose this. I'm pretty sure it's just... Yeah. So yeah, Natasha, this isn't like a super horror game, but it is pretty creepy sometimes. Or a lot of the time. But I'm here.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Hey, you'll ruin your sword. Now look, when I saw this for the first time, my jaw dropped, because this is not something you do in this day and age, right? This is just not, this just doesn't, you don't do that. I don't know if that actually happens, but it is...
The hardest battles are fought in the mind.
An added pressure that I think is
That is
awesome.
what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua.
The
The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
It won't open.
Oh, right, and she has voices in her head. I forgot to mention that earlier, but I think you've noticed that by now. And that is not only
Two gates.
wonderful, because it explores mental health.
Valravan,
Mental illness.
sinners and master of ravens. He
Very
hunts his
effectively in
prey
it.
with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravan and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Without it. What was I going to say? It doesn't only include the topic of mental illness and integrate it into the game very well, which apparently they put a lot of care into researching psychosis and stuff. Or not psychosis and stuff, psychosis. But it also is a very convenient way to add an exposition voice that is actually diegetic, and I love that so much. So, you know, you heard the one female voice earlier that keeps talking to us as the player. Also, runes. I never tried to translate this. Hun... Grr. Oh! Hunger? Hen... Na... I don't know what that means. Does that mean knife? I don't know. Heitir? Disker. I don't know. I'm pretty sure hunger means hunger. Beyond that, but this isn't so bad. Oh, also, the voices are incredibly convenient to give hints and tips. Which they do when you get stuck or like run around aimlessly. They're like, she should really try this.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
He did it.
And oh, do I have to look at this first and then run up here again? Really? Really though? Okay. Guess I was too impatient. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
The puzzles in this game aren't very hard, but tricky enough to fulfill their narrational purpose.
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? Once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there. Senua never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged.
Uh-oh. Getting dark.
Gaze into the relentless darkness. All that lurks within it can see you too.
What? So these are supposed to be Northmen. Which, as far as history goes, they... Aha! Fuck the Celtics up. Pretty good. So it makes sense. Hey! That as a Celtic warrior, you would be really, really scared of that.
Don't let them get behind you. Don't let them surround you.
Damn. Now this is another point where you see this as a ninja theory game. Because combat is so satisfying, although it's really not the main focus. It was already good in Heavenly Sword.
The Northmen will
It had a
not
few,
stop her.
you know, kinks.
She will find.
And then in Enslaved, it was just... And they didn't break with that tradition for this one, and that's really nice. It's really, really satisfying to fight.
Valravn's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth. Look how much it's changed. It's all different.
da.
Something's shifted. Something's happened.
Echt? Valravan hat diese Probleme gemacht?
Shifted. Can you feel it?
Der Bosskampf, das war das da habe ich mich richtig awesome gefühlt. Aber man muss dranbleiben, gell?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching. Another gate.
Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Which ravens? Can't you see them? Shh, 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 shh. What is it?
I hear something. Valravan.
If you hear
Silence me.
Valravan, and it will lead you to him.
So
But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
It's so scary. And that has never been so literal.
Fight me! Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. A Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
She can get up now. She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. How can she get out? It must be magic. Dark magic. A trick. Valravan tricking her. Valravan. How can she get out? Bait. It's him. Dark magic draws her closer. It's not him. He's acting. It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic. It's an illusion.
There we go. Hi, Stephen. Good night, Alex.
Then we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple.
Und danke fürs Vorbeischauen, wenn
The
du noch
worst
da
kind
bist.
comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within.
She can't go in there.
A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat,
He's there.
Wait.
it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Truth says there's always another route. Find a way somewhere. Go round. Find your own path. There's a different way.
fight. Mm-hmm. Casual corpses. Nice. Oh, you know, just lying around.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything, turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Yeah. So sad. This is not where I'm going. Where am I going? I don't know. I don't know what to look at. God damn it. Turns out, you don't remember everything by heart after one playthrough. Alright, let's examine this. Where did I... Wo komme ich her? Of course. Need to go check out the door first. This is a pattern, you see. I maybe should be aware of it by now. Was ist hier los? Fragt Paul. Ja, das frage ich mich auch, was hier los ist.
The song.
Oh, damn. I just realized something. I'll be back in a second. No, actually, you know what? I'll leave you with the nice voices in your head.
Over here. Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two. Listen, focus, listen. It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in the forest. This reminds her of somewhere. The forest. Where? Which forest? The forest in the wilds. The wilds. She loved doing it. She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds? She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat.
It's really hot here, so I put a bottle of water into the freezer.
It nearly
And it's not frozen yet.
Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness.
Can you please not?
But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
Alright.
She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Where are we going first? I need a bridge.
The ravens. They've gone. No. Half of them have gone. They've gone. Some are still there. But where? Some are still there. No. Raven's helping? He's not helping. It's a trick. Quiet. Can't think.
Out in the wilds, in the cold winter woods,
Where?
she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of it.
For some reason, the first time I played this, the thing that took me the longest about this chapter, about this Valravan thing, was figuring out these stupid illusion gateways. Like, I most of the time I used them correctly intuitively, but once the puzzle got, like, confusing for a second, I completely lost any idea of what I was supposed to do. But that means that I remember them really well now, so I guess that's a plus. I need to get back over. Okay. Oh, damn it. Ta-da!
The ravens. They've all gone. No. There's still three. There's three. Where have they gone? They're gone. She did.
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And the glow, the smallest hints of shape, sound, thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
We did it! Yes! on. Hey.
Broke. The gate is open. Open.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness.
Wait, is the beach?
It's like it doesn't
No
want to
bridge
kill
for
me
me? Okay, well, okay.
yet. It will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest
See if
will it
anybody's
strike to kill.
Gates
Will
are
she
always a
find
good moment.
Dillian before her time comes?
I feel guilty when I don't check chat for so long, even though there's so few of you. Or maybe exactly because there's so few of you. I feel like that should warrant that I reply as fast as possible. And open. Oh, so no comments, no reason to stress out. Who's even here? Say hello if you're here. I need your emotional support. There's a boss battle coming up.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together. Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan.
Findan!
The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold,
Wait, where am I
put him
going?
in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth. The man that I am now.
Oh wait, no.
And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
So now we know for sure she's from the Orkney Islands. Also, apparently, because I've watched the behind the scenes stuff, this Findan guy is apparently like a historical figure. That, however, did not keep me from laughing at the name Findan, because it made me think of that stupid clip with the dog called Fenton. Fenton! Huh. Anybody?
Broke. The gate is open. Open. This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
Are you still here? Are you too? Where are we? I remember didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, strikes the hard nail, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
and she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you! I see you now! You led me to the wilds! You trapped me there!
It's not fucking again. There we go. Weirdly enough, I did better in this fight the first time, I feel like. Go. Come on! Get out! But not this time!
The mark of Valravan, one of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In
Yeah,
these
exactly,
dark
Mashuri.
winter nights in
Hi.
the wilds,
And thanks.
there were
Are you here to
times
stay
when
or just
there
checking
were
in?
times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
Kind of going through this as quickly as possible this time around. Since I know pretty much exactly where the stones are that I missed. One in particular is really, really, really regrettable. Because I basically got impatient and kind of... I mean, not knowingly, because obviously, you know, I didn't know it was there, but I very much suspected that if I didn't explore that area more, I would miss something, and I did. So, it's my own damn fault. The other one I'm gonna have to look for, because I don't really know how I missed that. Hey.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive, shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves. I wonder, can you see the faces too? They're there,
I can,
if you look for them.
but I will not engage. Sorry. Missing a bit of lore here. But basically the face is her mother, and all of this is very, very sad. Guess it's a lore story. Whatever. Uh-oh, looks like another fight. God damn! I forgot these dudes are around for the first time here.
Find a good position!
No! Oh. Hey!
Winning.
Come on. Kick him! Cut him!
The gate. She needs to go back. She can't. It won't open. Why won't it open? Why won't it open?
There's another challenge.
Do I have to focus on this already?
She has
No,
to just
okay.
sort.
Sorter. Let's see anything else on here. I just say hunger again. I think that's the same thing as on the other columns.
Sort. The fire
Oh,
giant
yeah.
has answered.
the design.
He comes from a
like,
land
all the
older
design of this
than
game
mankind.
is amazing.
And the Northmen call
Hi,
upon
Riffraff.
this flaming sword to raise their enemies to the
Ist das
ground.
Conan? Oh, du meinst den...
Find him, Senua.
Der Typ mit dem nackten Oberkörper? Wer weiß. I don't think it's Conan, I think it's a Norse
She sang the
berserker.
wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast, was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
Hey!
So we can see you.
Hello? Can you please not?
Take him down! Take him down!
Isn't that lovely when the voices in your head tell you how weak you are?
You won it! They're overwhelming the surroundings. Use your sword, harm focus. Use your strength. Do it. Do it. Behind you!
Ah! I can't see anything!
Behind you! End it! Now! Nearly the end! You finished him!
Yay.
I can still smell it. Sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
But yeah, getting back to... Lovely. I really appreciate the Ninja Theory games
The path to
for
Helheim is sealed for the
being
living,
really,
but you already
their
walk
love for
amongst the
detail
dead.
and paying attention to, kind
Look
of
towards the gate.
the artistic
And you will
aspect
see
of the
that it
games.
has
They pick something that they want to explore with a game, and then they do that really well. For example, here it's the binaural sound and dealing with
First
mental
came to my
illness,
lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy.
and also the way the motion capture was set up is, from my
I
understanding,
wish now that
not
they
an
had
expert on that.
suffered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it. Too fast.
Behind you! Watch it!
Hey!
Do it! You're close! Behind you! You won it!
Jumped across the whole thing. But I mean, I'm cool with that. Not gonna complain.
People die! Anticipate.
I love that tool too. She can anticipate your moves. Thanks.
Too many of them. Find your position.
That's where I'm going.
When you see a fire gate of soot,
by the way, this
know that only a sacrifice will
ring
stoke the
thing
fires
around
of
this gate,
Muspel, and let
that's the
dead
thing that I
walk
recently
through
made a
it.
Twitter post about that I spent like 2 hours decoding,
Fire, Senua.
only to find out something that I already
The
knew.
soot.
But hey, I mean, it was fun. Okay, let's go. Fun fact. First time I did this, I died because they successfully confused me with saying,
You want,
she's going the wrong way.
but you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer, because you cannot overcome suffering. You refuse to look at it.
What's happening? Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone?
The fire's disappeared. The pyre.
Cert
is through there.
for you. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through?
Oh
She'll
wait,
need to find another way.
Truth, Cert. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it.
yeah, no, I
It was
I get it.
to be that easy.
He's waiting. Cert.
Is waiting
She
for
can't
you.
get through that. Find him.
The pyre.
Most of the time, especially the first time, the voices are actually
Another fire sacrifice.
pretty helpful to reassuring, which I think is a really interesting effect, because that's,
It's
you know,
too
as
far.
doubtful and as
She'll never find
critical
it.
as they
She'll
can
never
be.
make her way back.
She
I
needs
wonder
to
if that's
remember the way
actually,
back.
you know,
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
I have to imagine that's intentional, right? That's exactly what they were going for.
Everything will burn. Then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
It's her thought processes, but it's also, you know, I might do this, and then when the voices say, hey, maybe she'll
The
do
Northmen
this,
made fire sacrifices,
I immediately feel
burning
more sure about
slaves
that
like me
idea.
to reveal the path
Wait,
to
am I
soot.
going the right way?
I searched
I
for
think so.
meaning in their suffering, in their eyes,
Yep.
but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Run, please.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt. The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things. Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
So, Druth isn't even originally from the Orkney Islands, right? I forget whether we know where he's from. This is actually where I started trying to, you know, write down the message, and then I noticed that it's the same thing on the gates, and that's a lot easier to read there. Oh well. Hey, come on. I hate doing these things with a controller, but everything else works a lot better. Oh, come on. I forgot about that. Thank God I have enough air for that, apparently.
He's gone!
What? He's still up?
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the cry!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Senua's never heard of stop, drop, and roll.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you
Oh, yeah,
sure
thanks.
you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, thanks. I do love languages, and I do love language, puzzles, math, whatever, decoding stuff.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but
So
not
runes,
me.
especially runes that
Fight
spell out
now.
stuff in like Icelandic, are very exciting. Whoa! but it's faster. It's a lot faster. But that was really... I was expecting that to take at least twice that amount of time. But hey,
every battle won, a greater battle takes its place.
achieve the effect I wanted to achieve.
And so it goes. Until we fall.
Hi there, it's Mr. Relaxed.
And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep it.
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready.
Always a badass
Face
line.
horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers. Your quest. Your truth.
Druth was a troubled man. Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. His tales of hell were true. Then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him. Until she too could see what he saw.
Wait, this isn't the right way. Man, I keep being amazed at the emotional impact that this game has on me, even now where I'm, sitting here and I keep breaking up the immersion with talking and joking around a little bit. But it actually took quite the toll on me the first time I played it. Like, I couldn't play longer than 2 hours without feeling seriously distressed.
It's a serious question.
I would say 2 was actually stretching it.
You simply cease to be.
It's good. I mean,
Though it may not seem that way to others. You know when it is
attests to it doing its job well.
a stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again.
Can I just say,
Senua has died before.
I thought she was finished, sorry.
And she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
I love this walking animation, this walking cycle, because it's like, there's so much in this. It's physical strength, it's, like the fact that she's trained and determination
Bridge
and,
over the river of knives to
yeah,
Helheim.
I don't know. I love that walk cycle. Unfortunately, it's very slow. This one's nice too, but I like the other one better.
Why is
oh.
she waiting? Open the gate! Open the gate! No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
There's an echo when I talk.
so dark. It's dark. The dark.
There's an echo when I talk.
Only the dead may cross into hell.
Thanks for letting me know, first of all. Let's see how we can fix that.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? But you lost me back in the wilds. I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. But I would let you go. Shadow. But you lost me back in the wilds. Draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved. Your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
When you see what they did to your dear beloved, your last dying gasp. In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control.
Hi, Salem. Who am I? That's
when you were in
not
love,
easy to answer. I'm Skullfish, also known as Katja. I mostly make educational videos about the German language, but I also stream video games sometimes. Or this is actually the first time I'm streaming, so welcome.
These shores.
How come you're here?
You hear his screams. And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise.
Let's see, maybe it
Even death will keep you apart.
now.
Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win.
Yeah,
In
well,
the head
to be
of his
fair,
corpse lies the
I
seat
can't
of
blame you
his
for that,
soul.
because I'm rarely active at all. This is really
So
just
you
a
must
fun
carry
thing that
his
I do
vessel
every now
to
and then when I
bring
feel
him
like it.
back
So,
home.
welcome back, now that you remember.
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
That voice, man. Ugh. It's better now? Cool. Then something worked. Cool.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze
Oh, I love this.
averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death.
All of my hatred.
And
in
you
one
wanted to
gaze.
surrender, abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Oh, it's this track.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason.
Yeah, come at me, Bromy. All you want. I'm gonna regret that.
Behind you! Don't give up. Don't give up.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road
No,
ahead?
come on, run.
The only one that makes any sense.
Nope.
Take it down. Take it down.
Finish before I have to deal with that one. Man, when I figured out how to deal with these guys, things got a lot less tense. And it's as simple as kicking them in the face. Who would have thought? Did you? Oh, thanks.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Okay, so 2 to 3 hours is very optimistic. I figured, you know, cutting my former playtime into, Oh, am I playing this? Oh, I am. Okay.
She's hurt. She's injured.
Whoa! Cut him off! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Slow. He's down. Finish it.
What the hell are you doing? Oh, he's down? Cool.
Behind you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Yeah, let's go with this guy now we're in this mode.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
Last one? Last one. Super. Okay, I'm gonna check something because I'm fairly certain.
However you come to the gold-covered
know which
bridge
one this
that leads
is.
to hell, you may find it guarded
think
by a
it's
giantess. She will ask your name.
In
She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Wait, isn't Brimhild the
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets. You will find yours.
Hey, where do you want me to look from? Here? Here. one of the symbols unfortunately abused by the Nazis. Yay. That should be, it was 3, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to assume that who refers to me mentioning Brunhilde earlier. Brunhild. He mentioned it in the lore text, I think, as the woman who rode to Helheim to free Sigurd. But I thought that was the name of the main factory.
It's opening.
What is it?
It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry.
I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
No.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes.
Oh man, this
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted,
this already looks like a later part and it's giving me cold sweats.
that yours might
This
be
is the
too.
part I really don't want to replay.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on. There.
I totally didn't get that she was cauterizing the wound the first time I watched it. I was so confused. Now I get it.
Why go on? When you give everything and face that which torments you,
Those veins.
only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer though we do not dare pose the question. Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real.
Don't touch it.
Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Dillian. It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you? Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows it's a trick. He's already dead. He knows it. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind.
And here we are at the first scene, or
Go towards it.
chapter thing, where one of the missing lorestones has to be. So it's somewhere on this beach. And I don't know where, but right now I'm kind of banking on it being somewhere around the early parts, because I'm pretty sure I've looked in every nook and cranny on the later, like while I was progressing down the shoreline. I could be wrong, of course, but kind of at a loss as to where to look down there. Cool. That means it's down there. Move, please. No, that's from close. Totally breaking immersion. So sorry. Then again, I hope most of you haven't, I hope the people watching this have either already played this game or no interest in playing it whatsoever, because, you should play it yourself. Because the point really is full immersion. But I mean, if you just want to watch it, that's totally fine, of course. I just think you're missing out. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. By being a pookscheißer.
He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you?
Stop being so hateful.
Ignore the pain. I told you it was the trick. I told you. Where are you going? Up. See, there's nothing to follow. Come
Nothing here either. Right? I mean, I can't really do much movement-wise right now, so... Unless, once I go down there, I can't return to this part. Alright, good night, mystery. Oh, that was 5 minutes ago. So sorry I missed that. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Hi, Ricardo. And yeah, the voices though, I know, right? So mean.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that.
I'm not sure.
Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs.
I really want to look at a guide to make sure I'm not missing one by going down here.
That was her world.
I'm gonna do it. Because I'm gonna really kick myself if I miss this.
Barren and lonely.
Has to be a guide on Steam, right? Sorry, Senua, you have to suffer for a moment longer. Great, that's helpful. Like the first one is oh, hi Maxime. And yeah, definitely very nightmarish. I don't think it triggered any nightmares in me, but it was definitely, I felt like I had just had a nightmare several times after playing this.
You can't do it. You can do it. You can do it. Your body is falling apart. You're strong. You're getting stronger. Come on, where are you going?
Yeah, you can run again.
It's disappeared. It was a trick. It was an illusion. It's all a deception. He's going to appear again. It's a sign. Where's he now? He's got something to tell you. Where's he? He goes away. Come on. Keep steps. You can do it. Come on.
Paranoid about missing it again. All of this will have been for nothing.
Senua.
Oh, wait. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't even find this face. Hello, Mama.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Solid advice. I don't think I'm smart enough to get it. Or to feel comfortable with it.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in yours.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree.
Okay, there's one there. I definitely didn't miss that one.
She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
I cannot believe it's actually this full. That's a thing side. I am so embarrassed. Well, I mean, cool.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Dun 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 dun. I missed that one.
Day after day, watching from far.
Just as stupid as the other one.
Perfecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. Do you really think it's real? You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going?
Can I please stay here?
What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew. And dance with it, just like he does.
Oh wow, you can actually use photo mode in cutscenes. That's another cool feature of this game, by the way. You can pause at any time to like move the camera freely and take pictures.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here!
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing!
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Okay, we have reached the checkpoint. It is 12:30 a.m. and I think that's a good point to end the stream for tonight. Because I actually have to get up relatively early tomorrow, keep studying because I have an exam in the evening. So, thank you for joining me for this first test of streaming a game. I might do this more often now because it's actually a lot less effort than recording and then cutting and then yeah, you get what I mean, right? So yeah, I think a solid 2 hours, and for most of you it's probably just as late as for me. So, goodbye. Hi Kyle. Hi and bye. Tschüss everybody. Tschüss Leute. Stop streaming.